When it comes to sweet and adorable characters in Arena of Valor, no one shines with such happiness and joy as Krixi. However, don't let her cute demeanor get the better of you, as this little fairy packs some serious firepower. Welcome back, friends. My name is Koolio, and today we're going over an advanced guide for everyone's favorite pixie, Krixi. Now, this mischievous fairy comes to the battlefield with an arsenal of area of effect abilities that just shred their way through enemies' health bars, especially heroes that don't take magical defense items. As well, she has a strong ability to continually poke and push her way down any lane. Now, most people will actually play Krixi in the mid lane, as her early abilities like Mischief and Nature's Wrath give her a strong offensive presence when playing against other mid lane heroes. Now, where Krixi shines the best is in waiting to engage in team fights, allowing some of her more defensive heroes to jump into their prey first, and then following behind and unleashing a flurry of damaging spells like Moonfall and Mischief. However, some of the downfalls for the character would be her low health and armor. Now, if she is ever caught outside of her comfort zone and ambushed by an enemy team's marksman or assassin, she will go down rather quickly, especially since she lacks any escape abilities. But don't worry, I will share with you some tips and tricks later on the video on how to counter this. Now, talking about her abilities, let's go through them one by one and talk about what each of them do and how to use them effectively. Now, her passive ability is called Flutter, and it gives Krixi a 30% increase to movement speed after hitting enemies with her abilities. Now, this can be used to chase down weaker enemies or to even quickly cast at a charging enemy to give her a chance to run away. However, it's not the most effective tool for escaping, but I found it to be extremely effective in helping her get into position for a lot of her other abilities, as a lot of her other abilities require a great deal of positioning to be used effectively, such as her first ability, Mischief. Now, when Krixi does cast Mischief, a magical clone of herself will fly forward, dealing magical damage to any enemy it touches, with a 20% decrease in damage after every hit, down to a minimum of 40%. Now, once the clone has reached its full distance, it will return back to Krixi, damaging enemies on its way. Now, I recommend leveling this ability first, as it has great range and is very useful for poking and pushing at enemies that get too close. It can also be used to clear oncoming minion waves very quickly. Now, one of the great things about this ability when used properly is that it can give you a large advantage over other mid lane heroes, as it essentially gives you double damage. Now, her next ability is called Nature's Wrath, and it is a targeted ground effect ability that will send any enemy hero hit into the air for a single second and cause magical damage. Now, one of the best things about this ability is that you can toss it into team fights to give your melee heroes an upper hand, or to help some of your teammates escape. Now, just a word of caution though, as the range for Nature's Wrath isn't very far, so it does require you to get a little bit closer than usual to activate it. Now, finally, her ultimate, which is called Moonfall. Now, when Krixi activates ultimate, meteors will pummel to the ground on any enemy hero, hitting them up to 4 times. Now, one of the great things about her ultimate is that it actually doesn't tie her down, and she can still move around while also casting her other abilities to do an insane amount of combo magical damage. Now, I found the best combination to be that of Moonfall followed by Mischief to be the best way of clearing team fights and to secure a large amount of kills. Okay, so let's talk about some of the items and arcana that you should be picking up when playing as Krixi. Now, when building an equipment set for Krixi, look for items that increase her overall ability power, as you want to dish out as much damage as possible. Now, some great items include the Orb of the Magi for increased AP, cooldown reduction, and some HP and mana regeneration. Rhea's Blessing for increased AP, along with its ability Power Shield and Magic Lifesteal for some sustain when engaging in team fights. And finally, the Holy of Holies for a large ability power boost and some extra HP. Now, talking about recommended arcanas, I would go for Violate for increased AP and Magic Pierce, Undying for increased AP and health points, and finally Valiance for increased HP and cooldown reduction so you can cast spells more often. Alright, let's talk about a couple of tips and tricks on how to get the most out of Krixi, as well as some of the talents that are extremely useful and help alleviate some of her weaknesses. Now, when playing as Krixi, don't be afraid to spam Mischief and Nature's Wrath to really get under the skin of opposing players. As well, it helps keep her movement speed bonus active, which you want to be active as long as possible. Now, some of her weaknesses involve her not being able to escape certain heavy damage dealing marksmen and assassins. So to counter this, try grabbing talents such as Purify to negate crowd control effects, or like I did when I played her, pick Flicker to escape the grasp of assassinations. Well guys, that's my advanced guide for Krixi the Pixie, and if you're wondering how to unlock this beautiful mage, she can actually be acquired simply by playing the game and unlocking her through the game's Road to Glory system. In fact, she is the second hero you unlock and is a great hero for some new players who want to throw down the hurt while also grabbing some kills along the way. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Arena of Valor gameplay videos. See ya.